Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. So I know I've been doing recaps and every day after after each Yankee game, and I'll be doing some other videos. I'll be previewing the Yankees right before the season starts. But I wanted to. I've been thinking about this. I've been working on this for a little while. Three predictions. I predict these three blockbuster Major League Baseball trades will happen way before the 2021 trading deadline. I think teams will probably be in a position to make a move, and they might notice early on that they likely will notice early on that they need to make a move now before things get nuts at the deadline, before they're going to be forced to overpay. And I think teams can strike based on need, and I think these teams are good fits with each other. They can accommodate needs on both sides, and I think it would be a really good idea to make these trades way before the trading deadline happens. So, and I do predict they will happen. So let's get to it. I want to know what you think. Give me your feedback in the comment section down below. And by the way, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, if it's your first time here, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the videos. Hit the thumbs up as well. And if you want to be notified anytime I put out a new video, hit that notification button as well. I appreciate your support one way or the other. And I'm really looking to grow this channel. I'm looking to get to 2,500 subscribers by the next couple months. That's my next kind of milestone. And any help is greatly appreciated. So with that, let's get to the trades. All right. Number one, Colorado Rockies starter German Marquez, plus Colorado Rockies kind of comeback reliever Daniel Bard to the Toronto Blue Jays for Jordan. I'm looking at my baseball book. Jordan Groshane, who's their number 3 prospect, a shortstop. Alek Manoah is a number 5 prospect, a right-handed pitcher. And Alejandro Kirk, their number 6 prospect, a catcher. So they have 3 top 6 prospects. And they may get another prospect out of it as well. I would not be surprised at all. But at the very least, it'll be 3 top prospects going back to Colorado. Notice I said the top shortstop prospect. And the reason why is I think Trevor Story is probably going to go sign elsewhere in free agency next year. I don't think the Rockies are going to re-sign him. At this point, they've already moved Arenado to St. Louis. They've shown to be kind of ineptly run. I don't see the reason why Trevor Story would want to re-sign with them, particularly if they move Marquez and some of these other guys. And if they move Blackman and some of their other top players, it just wouldn't make sense. I see him as a much more appealing option for a team like the Los Angeles Angels later on. They're going to need... I know they have Iglesias, but they bring in... Trevor Story, to me, seems like a perfect fit for the Angels, for that lineup. Albert Pujols is retiring, so that $24 million salary is coming off the books next year. He's an upgrade, in my opinion, a clear upgrade over Iglesias. I like Iglesias, but this is Trevor Story we're talking about. He's a superstar. And I think we're replacing old Albert Pujols with young Trevor Story would be a perfect fit, and I think he'd be a great fit. And they do need to make a move or two. So, but we'll talk about that later. So, and the reason why I say this about Toronto Blue Jays back to the trade is because they need pitching. Yes, they have Rio, but their top pitching, they're actually their top prospect, number 1, Nate Pearson. He's not healthy right now, but once he gets healthy, he's a left-handed pitcher. Right-handed pitcher. He's going to be really good, but they still need pitching. Okay, and bringing in a guy like Marquez, who could be a clear-cut number 2 or potentially a co-number 1. Would be a perfect fit, and adding another reliever, another power arm like Daniel Bard would just solidify that pitching. And then when if you get Marquez and Nate Pearson coming back healthy, adding him to Ryu and Tyler Chatwood and some of these other guys, Robbie Ray and Steven Matz, it's a different ballgame. And they would be co-favorites, in my opinion, in the American League East if they got Marquez. And I think this allows the Colorado Rockies to address positional and pitching needs from Toronto's, who has a deep farm in those positions, and it gives the Blue Jays what they need in pitching. So this to me seems like a no-brainer trade, but let me know what you think. Trade number 2, the Chicago Cubs, I think, are finally going to move Kyle Hendricks to a team that, like I just said, have to make a move. They did not do enough this offseason. They're going to move him to the Los Angeles Angels and give them an ace pitcher. Okay, or the number 1. Dylan Bundy will not be their number 1 if they bring in Kyle Hendricks. He's more of a savvy, 31-year-old pitcher, but he's a legit top-flight pitcher. He'll go to the Los Angeles Angels for Reed Detmers, who's their number 2 prospect, a left-handed pitcher. Jeremiah Jackson, their number 5, who's a shortstop. and Jack Kokanowicz, which is their number 7 prospect, a right-handed pitcher. So they're getting 2 pitching prospects and a shortstop. And again, a shortstop prospect because I could see Javi Baez moving elsewhere. I could really see that. So getting and the Cubs are in desperate need of prospects, especially pitching prospects, and this gives them 2 top prospects or 2 prospects that are in their top 10 in the Angels system. So it addresses the prospect and the pitching prospect need, and it gives the Angels a desperately needed starting pitcher for that rotation. They have to take advantage of Mike Trout's window here, and bringing in a guy like Hendricks. And imagine if they brought in Trevor Story next year for shortstop, and add Hendricks, they would be one of the favorites in the American League West. Okay, in my opinion. But so that's the second trade. Kyle Hendricks to the Los Angeles Angels. He finally gets moved. They could potentially package him with Wilson Contreras and make this a huge trade, but they have a lot of catchers over there already. Even Kurt Suzuki, even if he's older, would I be surprised? No. I mean, even if Kurt Suzuki was part of the package going back, it's possible. And that would be a huge trade, but at the very least, I see Hendricks moving over to the Angels. And number 3, and this is not a sexy trade, but I think it could be one of the most impactful trades. The Baltimore Orioles send starting outfielders Anthony Santander, who's an outfielder, and Tanner Scott, who's a left-handed pitcher, over to the Kansas City Royals. Okay, and keep in mind, Santander and Scott are under control until 2025, so they have 4 years of control before they hit free agency. Okay, over to the Kansas City Royals for Daniel Lynch, who's their number 2 prospect, a left-handed pitcher, Kyle Isbell, their number 5, who's an outfielder, and Jonathan Bowden, who's a number 8 prospect, a right-handed pitcher. They might have to add another prospect, but again, this helps to restock Baltimore Orioles because in terms of with regards to both teams, I see Kansas City moving closer to contention much sooner than the Baltimore Orioles. So this is an opportunity for the Orioles to move a couple of starters and get a bunch of prospects in return to help kind of accelerate their rebuild. And this is an opportunity for Kansas City to bring in some players, one pitcher and one positional player. And I based on the stuff that they've done this offseason, and Dayton Moore has already shown a willingness to spend, this is an opportunity for them to bring in 2 starters at the major league level and potentially go after a team like Cleveland. I would not be surprised if they went on a run and leapfrog Cleveland this year. Now again, they still have to compete with Minnesota and Chicago, but Chicago's now out Eloy Jimenez for probably 5 to 6 months. That's going to hurt. Do they have the depth? Yeah. They're a stud team? Yeah, but that's still going to hurt. So this is an opportunity for Kansas City to bring in a couple of guys to add to the moves that they've already made and be a significantly better team. And again, it addresses needs on both ends. Baltimore can accelerate the rebuild. Kansas City can accelerate what they've been doing this past offseason. So an aggressive offseason, they can really take them up to the next level. So again, and this is the least sexy trade, but it just makes so much sense that I could not keep this trade. I could not put it out. So let me know what you think of these 3 trades. I think they're all huge trades. I think they can make a significant impact on both ends, and those are my predictions for. And again, the first half of the season before I can see them happening in June, May, July, something like that. But these 3 trades right here would be pretty significant. I will do a video later on my MLB 21 trade deadline predictions, of course, and you'll see a bunch of other videos too before that. But let me know what you think of this one. I want to know. I want your feedback in the comments. Okay. Let's have a good dialogue about this one. I think we could have some fun with this. So there's a bunch of other trades that can happen too, but I see these as the most feasible and impactful trades. They just make sense on both sides. So hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.